everyone. I'm Paul the Nitro Skywers, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Friday, and I'm back after a week off at the races to give you, the wrestling fans, what you want, and that's the weekend report. Let's get started, of course, with the Monday Night Raw report, and then the Impact report, and then a double feature on the Nitro Opinion for this week. First off, before I begin anything, I want to thank each and every one of you fans for tuning in to the Bruno Sammartino documentary that I presented at my channel, Rest 101 channel. Thank you so very much for the views of that. It is a tremendous documentary, and I'll be doing projects like that in the very near future. But let's get started with the weekend report, with the Monday Night Raw report. And Raw this past Monday night opened up with Randy Orton defeating Drew McIntyre with an RKO, and then he began brawling with the world's strongest man, the World Heavyweight Champion, Mark Henry. Yes, Mark Henry retained his title at Hell in a Cell. You can bet that situation is far from over. Speaking of Mark Henry was in the next matchup as he defeated John Morrison. It seems like John Morrison these days has become a whipping boy for the major stars of the WWE. Such great talent like that should not be wasted. Next up, a coalition of superstars, including the new WWE champion Alberto Del Rio, who won the belt, of course, in Hell in a Cell last weekend, decided to band together to try to get rid of Triple H. And tell him that he needs to step down as COO. Well, Triple H came out there, of course, the career politician, didn't like that, so he ordered a 10-man tag team match and basically told him to suck it up, and fight. Yeah, that's a career politician for you, to say the very least. But it should be interesting at the end of the show how this leads into what I'll discuss later on in the show. Next up, Beth Phoenix, the new WWE Divas champion, after beating Kelly at Hell in a Cell. She and Natalya scored a disqualification win over Kelly and Eve because Kelly refused to stop banging Beth Phoenix's head on the table. Man, that was a vicious side of Kelly. I've never seen that viciousness ever before, that mean streak from Kelly. I really enjoyed that. Kelly is ready for a fight, and I mean a dirty fight with Beth Phoenix. Go out and see that match, folks. It's going to be real interesting. Next up, Santino Marella made his return after his car accident a couple weeks ago as he defeated Jinder Mahal by pinfall. Congratulations to Santino, and welcome him back to the world of professional wrestling. Then in the main event, CM Punk, John Cena, Sheamus, and the WWE Tag Team Champions, Air Boom, that's the team of Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston, scored a big victory over Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and David Ortunga in a 10-man tag team matchup. Certainly someone winner for Punk and Cena, as they both lost in that Hell in a Cell triple threat match at Hell in a Cell last Sunday. Next up was the superstars coming around ringside and Triple H asking for his vote of confidence. Well, based on commentary by referee Mike Chioda, and I don't blame Mike Chioda, referees do get abused, and they are the authority. They are authority. They should be respected for that, Triple H. I'll discuss that later on in the Nitro Opinion. After commentary from Wade Barrett, it's like a grain of salt. Don't buy into it. Beth Phoenix, well, she has a point with the Divas. And, of course, Jerry the King Lawler, who is right, in essence, that Raw is out of control. The superstars voted a vote of no confidence to Triple H as COO. We'll see how Triple H handles that next Monday night on Raw. And that is Raw for this past Monday night. Raw was an interesting show and probably a turning point for COO Triple H. the career politician. Next up, let's talk about Impact from last night. It all began with Mr. Anderson bringing back the assholes. That's right, he's calling his fans assholes again. This is good. And plus, he's wearing on his t-shirt, the pro wrestling is real. And dang it, pro wrestling is real. It's not fake, it's real. And that's the perfect philosophy of not only Mr. Anderson, but of myself and many millions of fans all over the world. It is real, respected. I like that t-shirt. Anyway, Anderson comes out there and he apologizes to all his assholes. Excuse my language, but he calls them all his assholes for turning his back on them. It was a moment of weakness, and we accept that apology from Mr. Anderson. And then, of course, he challenged Bully Ray to a match. Bully Ray comes out there, I'm not going to give you a match, Mr. Anderson. I got nothing to prove against you. Well, Mr. Anderson decided to one-up him. Let's see, we're in Philadelphia, bound for glory. How about making a Philly, anything goes, falls count anywhere in Philly match? Well, no answer was made as of yet, but you can bet your bottom dollar Bully Ray will accept that challenge. Next up, winner and Madison Rayne. Of course, Madison Rayne, the DCW Women's Champion for Dynamite Championship Wrestling here in Delaware, defeated Mickie James and Velvet Sky. I feel bad for Velvet. I'm still with you, girl. I'm still with you. Right here, your number one fan. That's right, your number one fan. I hope you win the title at Bound for Glory, but she took a loss this week in the tag team match. That's all right. We're going to remain strong about this and move forward to the Fatal 4-Way. Yes, I'm a little biased. I am a Velvet Sky fan. Next up, Eric Bischoff coming out there, strutting his stuff out to Kurt Angle, saying, I want Jeff Hardy out of here. I want Jeff Hardy out of here. I told him I said he doesn't belong here. Well, does Kurt Angle think he is? Anyway, Eric Bischoff comes out there and states that, calls out Jeff Hardy, says that he is no longer wanted here. You screwed up. I want you to leave now. Jeff Hardy responded with a twist of fate and said, screw you. Nice ending there by Jeff Hardy. Next up, Crimson scores a big win over Samoa Joe. Crimson, by the way, still undefeated in TNA. Crimson looking to come back from that injury. He sure did with a big win over Samoa Joe. And then in the main event, Robert Roode defeated his tag team partner, James Storm, in a one-on-one contest. Kurt Angle decides to stick his nose in where it don't belong, but that didn't help out. But it was Robert Roode using the perfect plex to get the win. I am looking forward to, and I believe that Robert Roode has what it takes to be World Heavyweight Champion. And then the last segment of the night, Hulk Hogan comes out there in his retirement speech, and I'm going to make this short and sweet because I will talk about him as well in my Nitro Opinion this week. Of course, Hogan saying thanks to the fans, thank you, this is the end of the road. Right. Sting comes out there, exposes the fact that this is all a plot to keep Hulk Hogan from wrestling Sting. Hogan doesn't want to wrestle Sting, but Sting made sure that Hogan was going to wrestle him. Not only that, he got Hogan to agree that if Sting could beat Hogan, then Control TNA would go back to Dixie Carter. This is going to be very interesting heading to Bound for Glory, and that is Impact for this week. An excellent show once again for Impact, especially the final segment with Sting and Hogan. Now it's time for the Nitro Opinion this week, and I got to get a lot off my chest. First off, a real quick 1CW update. I've gotten word this week from Sean Hardy that the 1CW will return in December. Not sure where it's going to be at, but they have. I think they have come close to signing Jerry the King Lawler to come to 1CW. Now, I'm not really too sure on that. I have to still confirm stuff, but keep tuned right here because 1CW will be back in December to wrap up the year for First State Championship Wrestling. I'll have more information about that as soon as I get it and am legally allowed to express it to you, the fans. Now with that out of the way, let's discuss the Nitro Opinion. Let's talk about two subjects I want to bring up here. First is an interactive question for you, the fans out there right now. And please pay attention. Triple H, of course, got his vote of no confidence this past week on Raw. Now, I was wondering, Nitro, Paul, the Nitro Skivers, what is your opinion? What is your vote? Well, you know how I feel about Triple H, the career politician. I would vote for a no confidence on him too. He can't even do his job. Hell, I can do his job better. But of course, Triple H, being the COO, the career politician that he is, got a vote of no confidence this week. And I would vote for a vote of no confidence. He can't do his job as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to ask each and every one of you wrestling fans out there right now. Go to my channel, the Rest 101 channel. Or in the keywords under youtube.com, click on Nitro Corner. Go to the channel comments or post your own video on my channel. I'll be more than glad to accept it. And answer me this question. If you had a vote as to whether Triple H is doing his job as COO of Raw, would you give Triple H a vote of confidence, a yes vote? A vote of confidence saying that Triple H is doing a good job on Raw? Or no, a vote of no confidence? Triple H, meaning Triple H, is not doing his job as COO. I would love to hear from you, the fans. Post your comments on the channel comments on the Rest 101 channel. Post the video if you like. I want to hear from you. I'm going to give it this about maybe 2 weeks, maybe before Bound for Glory, and I'll give you the results of that poll. Please, I encourage each and every one of you, send in your comments, send in your videos, any questions, especially this interactive question about Triple H. I would love to hear from each and every one of you fans. Now, let's talk about the best liar in professional wrestling, Hulk Hogan. Yes, Hogan, you're not retiring. I smelled it a mile away. Hogan, you ain't retiring. You ain't even near retiring. Why? Because you're addicted to the stardom of professional wrestling. You can't get out of it. Excuse me. It's addictive. What's even more addictive is your power hungry. You want all the power. Hulkamania, the strongest force in the universe. Another way to make a buck, right, Hogan? Coming out there, lying again to us fans who probably paid, what, $45, $50 for tickets to go see you, Hogan, in Knoxville, Tennessee, nonetheless. And then you come out there and lie to them with that backstage promo with Bisquick himself, Eric Bischoff, saying, oh, these Tennessee people are so stupid, dude. Like Andy Kaufman did, but unlike you, Hogan, Andy Kaufman got power driven by Hulk Hogan. These Tennessees are stupid, dude. Please, are you serious, Hogan? The best liar in professional wrestling. Yeah, Hogan, you try to back out of your match with Sting. You don't want to admit that Sting can beat you. He's beaten you in the past. He'll probably beat you again. Hulk Hogan, do not believe a word he's saying. He is the best liar in professional wrestling. And I said so, Hogan. And if you don't like it, you can stick it, son. You told me to stick it in 1996 as well as everyone else in Florida at Bash of the Beach when you formed the biggest waste of time I've ever seen in my life, the NWO, and you lied again about your retirement. Kudos, Hulk. Kudos. You are the best liar in professional wrestling. Well, that's it for the Nitro Opinion, and that's it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. I will be back tomorrow for part 2 of the Weekend Report, featuring the SmackDown Report and featuring the Nitro Top 10. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Scarver saying, so long everybody, we'll see you tomorrow.